What's wrong with you? Hey, you're the sisters. You're the hot sisters. You're not wearing your hat. Oh, no wonder, man. That's amazing. I remember you guys. No, you know what's awesome too? You guys check this out. So Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I loved Willy Wonka so much when I was a kid. And now they made Tom and Jerry in the Chocolate Factory, right, Warner Brothers? Yeah, it's totally a stupid idea because they get condemned by the health department and Tom and Jerry were in the Chocolate Factory. But what's really cool is they made it just like the original movie with all the same lines and the songs. And get this, I'm playing 3 characters. I'm the Candy Man, so I got to sing that song, right? And just like the original movie. And I'm Violet Beauregard's dad, so I got to be the guy to go, "You're turning violet, Violet." I said that. And I'm Grandpa Joe, so I got to sing, hang on, watch. I'm good. I never thought my life could be anything but catastrophe, but suddenly I begin to see a bit of good luck for me, 'cause I've got a golden ticket. Everybody, I've got a golden twinkle in my eye. Yeah, dude, you guys are awesome. I don't usually sing like that. I was singing like an old dude on purpose.
You know, I usually... That's like you're comfortable.
You're doing like you.
I never thought my life could be.
Hey, by the way, everybody, let's hear for Jeff Zanetti, my brother from another mother, right? You gotta love him. He's fantastic. I love this kid.
All right.
I like him better now than when he was a woman. He was a good woman, but he's a better man, dude.
We're gonna make this. It's got to be really quick because,
like 20 minutes.
No,
right?
we don't, because we got to get back and get everybody out of here.
Oh.
So we've got time for a couple of questions.
Yeah, but I hate leaving these people. Listen, I'm here tomorrow. You guys here tomorrow? You gonna bail? No, I love you and you, dude. That thing, freaking me out. But
All right.
It's been great meeting all you guys. I want you to know that.
So really quick. we're
Miguel,
gonna
see you later, dude.
Quickly, go ahead, go. You gotta get loud.
Yeah, yell at me. Wait, no, I heard the first part and then he started talking. Was I born with my vocal talent or what? I don't know. Were you born with that gorgeous hair or did you develop it over time? No, you ready? Like anything else, it developed over time. But let me tell you something, right? This is a true fact for any little kids who are here. Like, dude, that little girl right there. Okay, there are kids that come up to my table and they made drawings for me. And they're like 8 years old, and those drawings are unbelievable. Like, they're just little kids, but you can tell that it's like really badass. They're really, really talented. So, you know, I've always had a proclivity to do the stuff that I do. I was always singing and doing voices even when I was a little kid. But obviously, because I took the time to develop them and work on them, I got better, you know? And that's why I always tell all you guys when you come up and you go, "Man, I wish I could be a voice actor." First of all, of course you could be a voice actor. Why couldn't you be a voice actor? I'm a voice actor. I'm not any more special than any of you guys. I'm not any smarter. I just worked on it, you know, and I continue to persevere. I didn't give up. So whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it as long as you don't give up. You know what I'm saying? So I just got better at it because I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And instead of like hearing something and going, "Oh, I can't do that," I'd be more like, "Well, I can figure out a way that I can do that. There's got to be a way I can do that." Even with singing, my mom used to scream at me. My mom was a great singer. I used to come home from work or school. I've never worked in my life, which is pretty good. But I'd come home from school and I'd go in my room and I'd sing along to Journey records all the time. And my mom's like, "You're gonna kill yourself, you're gonna kill yourself." And I said, "I'm gonna figure this out." And I figured it out. You know, and then before you know it, I was singing way higher than my mom, so there you go.
All right, next, yes, you were next, go ahead.
Hot sister, go.
Do you have any characters that you played that you were tired of kind of going back to?
No, that's really sweet. I'm never tired of it because I'm always I can never believe that I'm in the room. You know what I mean? Like, they keep having me back. And I always say that the only thing harder than being successful in show business for a year is being successful in show business for 2. And thank God, seriously, and I mean that literally, I've been successful in show business for 25 years. And it keeps going. Hang on. You know, it's like somehow at the end of every year, I go, "I can't believe I did that well." And then I'm like, that's got to be it. It's got to stop. And then it doesn't stop, which is a huge blessing. It's a huge gift, you know? So I never get tired of any of the characters. I'm grateful that people like them long enough for them to last. You know what I'm saying? I do sometimes, there are certain voices that put more pressure on your voice than others, you know? And like they're doing The Wizard of Oz now. They're bringing back The Wizard of Oz in a very big way, Cartoon Network. And I'm the Cowardly Lion. And doing that voice, it's all here in the throat. Everything you're saying is right there. So by the end of the session, I'm real tired. You know, so it's like that. So after like 4 hours, that you're like, "Oh crap, man!" But I'm always just stoked to be there, you know, because there's so many people. You've seen so many people up here who were fantastic, and they could get them. So I don't know why they get me, but they do.
All right, dude. Yep, in the back.
I love that dude. Ed, what's up? No, because that guy sued us. So we can't, if it was on iTunes, it'd be like $500 a song, man. No, it's not on iTunes, but I'd suggest to you guys, seriously speaking, even if you're bored later, I don't care about getting any money or whatever, just go on YouTube and check it out.
Do it!
I guarantee you, it's freaking really awesome, man. But like I said, I am selling them if you want to get one later, and I'll sign it for you, and it's all good. And trust me, if you put it on at a party, all your friends will think they're drunk, even if they're not.
And if you don't like it, go to Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon, $420.
$422.
Yeah, they bought one Misty right there, you little mix, and the hot chick, I remember.
Right here, guys.
What? This guy.
You might have answered it already just with the last question.
No worries, bro.
But I wanted to know, like, what was that moment? It's almost like a two-part question. What was that moment when you knew that, like, this is what I can do for the rest of my life, this is my career, fuck that 9 to 5, and what was the last job? What was that 9 to 5?
The last 9 to 5 job?
Yeah.
Dude, I never had one. The closest thing I had to it was I did phone sales. You ever heard of that? You know, when you call people on the phone and you try to get them to buy stuff? And I only did it because they said that everybody who bought would get a really nice prize, like a TV or whatever. So I was really good at it because I was passionate, I believed in it, and people sensed that. So I was only like 17 years old, and within 2 months I was the manager of this phone room, and I was making like a couple $1,000 a week. I thought this was the greatest thing. Then I found out they were lying to people, and nobody got the prizes. It was all a scam. So I started calling everybody and saying, hey, it's a scam. Don't give me your money. Don't give me your money. They had to throw me out of the building. That was the last time I had a real job. So that was pretty good. And as far as, what was the other thing? When I knew this is what I could do?
No, what was that moment when you were like, oh, okay, I don't need anything else. Like, this is what I can do?
Yeah, you know, that was a really amazing thing, dude, because I thought for the longest time I want to be a rock star. That was like my whole life. I want to be a rock star. And you know, I've always played in bands. We always sold out. We always played shows. With Rock Sugar, we managed to turn it into legitimately rock star stuff. Like we played with Aerosmith and AC/DC and Motley Crue and like big bands in front of 100,000 people, and you just stand there going, this is unbelievable, man, this is the coolest thing ever. But I found out that sometimes, check this out, sometimes, you know, there's this song that says, sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers, right? Because sometimes you might pray for something and think, I really want this. This is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. And then you don't get it and you're disappointed. But later on you find out that if you had, it was nowhere near as good as what you thought it was going to be, right? And it's like, I have a lot of friends who are rock stars, and back in like the late 80s, I used to go, man, I want to do what you're doing. I was just coming up in voiceover. They're going, no, man, your job seems cool, your job seems cool. Now, those same guys who were rock stars then say to me, they go, dude, I would kill to be in your shoes. I would give anything to be in your shoes, because I managed to work for this long and make a lot of money doing it. You know, I'm not bragging, I'm just saying the reality. And you go, wow, this is freaking crazy that I get to do it. And it's sunk in over the years, because with Rock Sugar, we go out there on the road and we do shows, and it's a lot of traveling, and it's unpacking, and it's bad hotels, or it's bad food, or it's a misunderstanding, and the equipment isn't working, and there's a thunderstorm, and you could die, and they don't care, and all this stuff, you know. And I'm thinking, wow, man, my job is awesome. Because I show up for 20 minutes and I go, tonight on America's Funniest Home Videos, and they give me a check. You know what I mean? It's fantastic. So I knew I was really blessed from the beginning, but as time went on, I just went, this is huge, man. This is, I don't even have to stay at a crappy hotel. I can go home and make the same amount of money. It's great. Yeah.
Right here, go ahead.
Yeah, that guy. What's up, dude?
All right. Two things. One, are you selling your CDs while you're doing the autographs?
Yeah.
Buy one day.
Yeah, dude, and I'll sign it, dude. Then you can get an extra $1 for it.
Because basically, I heard someone else play a song, and I was listening to the song, and I was like, God damn it, it's not the same thing.
I know, right? It changes. But that's the cool thing. It's like driving down a road you think you know well, but when you take the next turn, there's a meteor sitting in the middle of it. It's like you know what it's like, dude? It's like a surprise party where the surprises keep going. What was the next thing?
What is the weirdest voice acting job that you taking?
The weirdest one? They're all weird, man. Look, my girl Wendy's back there in a Crash Bandicoot outfit. Right now, I'm Crash Bandicoot. So, yeah, how good is that? So I auditioned to be Crash Bandicoot. They go, what does he say? They go, I didn't say anything. I'm like, I got this, man. I go, what do you mean? They go, just make sounds. I'm like, and they're like, that's it. I'm like, oh, yeah, freaking, there you go, man. You know? So that's pretty weird. But then, you know what's weird? You do that, you think it's dumb, and then everybody loves it. You're like, oh, now they're bringing it back. It's like, you never know. I imitate this guy. I want to make him a cartoon.
Right here, go
Right here, what this guy was. Yeah.
Where do you get your clothes?
Ah, dude, I freaking love you, man. See? Eagle Eye, right there, my boy. Let me tell you about this, man. This is my favorite interview. Did I tell you about this?
Yeah.
I did an interview with USA Today. You guys heard of that? That's a big newspaper, right? And they're talking to me about all this stuff, and they're talking about, oh, you know, you do nice things with kids, and you do this, and you're, you know, you're the band, and all these Comic-Cons, and all these cartoons, and everything. And then the writer, my favorite interview ever, he goes, listen, there's something else I need to ask you about. And I said, what's that? He goes, I gotta talk about your pants. And I'm like, dude, I didn't even know you were gay. And he goes, no, I'm not gay. He goes, I gotta talk about your pants. I said, why? He goes, because every time I see you have the most rad pants I've ever seen. I said, that's not an accident. I freaking work hard at this. Pants are like a half-time job for me, man. I have stuff made, and I said I go crazy because I always tell kids the same thing too, and that's one of the reasons I love Comic-Cons, is because Comic-Cons encourage individuality. They encourage you guys to be who you are, not be like everybody else. Screw that. Everybody else is already doing that. Do what you do. So when I tell kids, I say, they say, why do you dress like that? Why do you have your hair like that? I say, because I figure, why stand back when you can stand out? And even if people don't like it and you like it, then it's cool. So my pants and my hair and the rhinestones and the whole thing are all a choice that I made a long time ago because I said, you know what? I want to be me, man. I want to be me. And if I dig it and they don't, I don't care because I still dig it. And apparently strippers do too, so it's cool. I love that guy.
Thank you. Yeah, I love you too.
Thanks, man.
So, speaking of which, what is one character that like it's not in like a current production or anything that you just want to just bring it back? I just want it now.
Something I've done or something somebody else did?
No, that's something you did. Like a character that you just like. Let's do it again.
You know what's always fun, man? It's like, you know, I've done so much stuff for Disney over the years, and it's like my first big gig ever was doing Splash Mountain. You know that ride? Have you guys ridden that ride? Okay, if you go on that ride, that whole ride's me, dude. Everything on there. Yeah, I'm Brer Rabbit, I'm Brer Bear, I'm the turtle, I'm the alligator, I'm the geese, I'm the vultures, I'm the accountant. I don't think there is an accountant, but if there was an accountant, I'd be the accountant. I'm everybody. And they don't use that property very much because it's racist as hell, dude. Song of the South, that movie, that's the only Disney movie you can't buy. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You can't get it. Because it's, dude, it's.
I still want to find it.
Yeah, you can. You know what? You can find it like on eBay and stuff because they sell it in Japan. It's got Japanese subtitles, but it's really racist, man. So they don't really have me do that stuff too much, but they're really cute characters, and I wish they used them more because they're really funny characters, and I think they could find a way to make it less offensive, you know, and still bring them back. So I'd like that. That'd be cool.
Right here, good.
Look how cuddly these two are. You guys, man, I'm gonna get you a hotel room, seriously. And some soft music and some candles and lotion and whatever. Because no, every time I look at you guys, man, you're all over in like a bad suit, but I freaking love it, man. All right, go ahead, what's up?
Okay, first off, I love your stuff, and
Thank you.
thanks for meeting my boyfriend in the men's bathroom. I don't know what you did, but he was so relaxed.
I did something to him in the man's bathroom? No, what? You know what's funny though? Let me tell you, this is the bad thing about us looking alike. It was him. And this happens a lot because he hangs out in there all the freaking time. So dude, listen though, if it was good, all I can say is I'm proud of my boy. That's it. Good going, dude. Did he take care of business?
Seriously.
I like that you're messing with me though. That was freaking great, even though he is gay.
Two things though. One, what's it like having to work in the booths? Because I've heard stories how, you know, there's no AC and everything, it gets hot sometimes. And
If
two,
Pierce Brosnan's there's AC.
and two, thank you for validating me about the Crash Bandicoot lady because I thought I was tripping balls.
I know. Well, first of all, you are tripping balls, but second of all, that is Crash Bandicoot. As far as the booth, no, man, most of the time, seriously, the good news is that I paid my dues when I started, and you all got to do that, whatever it is you wanted to do or be, you're going to have to pay some dues. That's the difference, you know, I mean, that's just the thing. Because think of it this way, man, there's one difference between people who are successful and people who aren't. The people who are successful did what they had to do to become successful. The people who aren't did not. Right? So when I started, I used to sing song demos in guys' basements for $35 at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'd sit there for an hour and a half while they had equipment trouble. But I knew, I'm like, I want to do this. I need to build a resume. I need to get people to know who I am. I need to kick ass. Like, you know what my first demo was for singing, you guys? Because I was a jingle singer for years before I did voiceover. Remember We Are the World? Yeah. That song? Remember how there were like 40 singers singing on that song? My demo was me singing that song and imitating every single voice on that song. Yeah, like Cyndi Lauper, I did Cyndi Lauper, I did Michael Jackson, I did Bruce Springsteen, I did everybody, and I sent that out. Who went, wow, even if it sucked, I think they would have hired me, but it didn't suck. But they're like, this guy's serious, you know, because I did something different. And you can all do the same thing, just think outside the box, man, you know.
All right, you want to sing it right now?
No, I don't, dude, my voice is sharp.
Or
We are the world, we are the children.
ahead, dude.
Alright, so when you first did character with the same voice, like say Captain Hero, how were you able to find the voice?
How to find the voice?
Yeah.
Dude, it's like, it sounds so stupid, but it's almost like magic, man. I mean, it's not that I'm so great or anything. I speak for all of us. You kind of look at it and you go, now what might he sound like? It's really helpful when they have a picture, you know, because a lot of times they don't have a picture. And that's funny too, because I've been on auditions where they tell me what they think they want to hear, and I come up with a voice, and they go, oh, we have a picture. And then they show you the picture and you go, that's totally different than what I had in mind. And I don't know why it is that sometimes somebody's look will dictate a difference. But with him, like I said, I mean, I just started sort of a standard superhero guy, one of these guys, you know. And then I thought, well, he's funny and he's stupid and he's a necrophiliac, closeted homosexual and all these other things. And I went, well, in that case, he's got to be a little weird. So I just I put tweaks on it. But see, that's the cool thing too, is you just adjust your voice and it becomes a whole other character. It's weird. Like Trey Parker on South Park. He almost always sounds the same, but you don't put it together because he's either now I'm being a douchey newscaster guy, now I'm being a wimpy dad, but it's just because of the emotion behind it, you know? Like when I do America's Funniest Videos, it's my own voice, but it's me being really super friendly. It's just, you see what I mean? It sounds, right. You're laughing because you're like, wow, it sounds different. It's just me with a different attitude. So like everybody, you all have like 10 voices inside you right now, because I guarantee you, if you say a sentence and you say, okay, I'm gonna say it like I'm happy, now I'm gonna say it like I'm sad, now I'm gonna say it like I'm pissed off, it's gonna sound different. So there you go.
All right, in the back, go ahead.
That guy. How are you, bro? Yeah, dude, a really messed up episode of Drawn Together was the one where Captain Hero wanted to explore his gay side with his secret identity, and he denied. So he made his secret identity homosexual, but he wouldn't admit it when he was Captain Hero. Remember that? Yeah, that's a really funny one. Do your favorite part from that episode. You always tell me about it. What's your favorite part from that episode?
Oh my God.
Yeah, just tell him what it is, dude.
When you see that, what's the little gay guy?
Xander, and he's looking out the window.
When he's looking out the window, his face just keeps pressing up against the window. And you're like, hey, what's... You know,
yeah, that's my
animation's great.
I also think it was a great one where he could talk to himself in the past. Captain Hero, he could communicate with himself when he was a teenager, and he gave himself the worst possible advice you could give a kid. Is it still on? I think it died. Yeah, that's better. He gave himself the worst possible advice he could give a kid, and his friends go, dude, you're going to totally screw this guy up. He goes, I know, isn't it hysterical? They go, no, it's you. And he goes, no, don't worry about that. You know, but basically, it explained why he turned into such a douchebag, was because he taught himself to be a douchebag. It was amazing. Very smart. Yeah.
I've seen you at a million conventions.
I know, dude. I show up, man.
I know you.
They don't even pay me. I just bring a table.
So what do you, obviously you sing Broadway shows when you're here, but what do you usually do during your downtime, and during conventions, and do you have any crazy stories of something that happened in your downtime?
Dude, listen, let me put it to you this way. Look at me, and setting aside drugs and alcohol, ask yourself, what does he do when he's not here? That's it. And usually their names are like Bambi and Sunshine. Hey, I love that guy. What's up, dude? Is it, how do you say it, Janelle?
Jalen.
Jalen, yeah.
And a quick question, what kind of voice do women you like to do? Like, do you like to do like a energetic, like a hyperactive voice, or do you like doing the serious type of stuff?
I like everything, man. I'm just happy to have the job, but I will say that my favorite gig ever is America's Funniest Home Videos, okay? And there's a lot of reasons for that. I've been doing it for a long, long time. One of the big ones is that families can watch it together. You know, grandpa can watch it with their kids, can watch it with their kids, and they're all gonna laugh, and it's wholesome, and there's no bad messages for kids, which I think is cool. There's nothing, you know, telling them they gotta be a certain way or do a certain thing or whatever, you know, that crap. But I love doing AFV because they never beat me up, man. And what I mean by that is I just go in there and I go, here's your chance to make $100,000. Just send your video in today, you know, and it's just me talking, as opposed to, okay, Jess, in this scene, you're gonna get dragged behind a truck and thrown off a cliff, and then you're gonna bounce 16 times, land in the water, get dragged behind a submarine, and come up screaming. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. You know, because then you go home and again, oh no, we're screwed.
Hey, do you have a go-to uplifting story that you tell people?
A go-to what story?
Uplifting story. I know Kevin Conroy has a good one.
Yeah, I got a lot of good uplifting stories. Okay, see, the cool thing is, what I like to though, man, is, you know, a lot of you guys have come to my table, and God bless you, because I always feel when I leave these things like I have more friends than I had when I got to them, you know? And, you know, I encourage all of you guys, seriously, if you want to like follow me on social media, I'm not like all into that stuff, but it's just a good way to keep in touch with your friends. And I'm Jess Harnell Twitter and Rock Sugar Band on Facebook, and I always love to hear from you guys. So I love that. But you know, people look at me and they think, okay, this guy probably does drugs wrong, probably drinks a lot wrong, you know, probably has a lot of sex. Anyway, but no, seriously, man, seriously, it's like, but at the same time, I swear to you that one of my favorite things in life to do is to encourage people and help people and lift people up and make people maybe feel a little bit better about themselves than they did. And I'll just tell you a very quick story. It's my favorite con story I ever had. I was doing this Comic-Con in Salt Lake City, and I'm looking at my line, and unlike this con, it was very, very busy. And I mean, this is nice too, because it's intimate. We can just hang out like this, right? But there was like, you know, hundreds of people in my line, and I look back and I see these 3 women. And let's just say these women looked like they had just gotten out of prison, okay? I mean, they looked badass. They had huge tattoos and neck tattoos and nose rings and mohawks, and they just looked like they were gonna kick his ass. In fact, they did kick his ass. Okay, he doesn't like to talk about it. And Brett Parker, they kicked Brett Parker's ass too, really bad, right back there. But it's like, they just look.
Oh, you said kick?
Yeah.
They didn't. Oh yeah.
No, they kicked yeah. So anyway, so they come walking up to me, and as they're walking up, I'm like, look at these ladies, man. There's got to be a story here. And they had 2 little kids with them, you know. And they come walking up, and I just decided, I'm like, nobody ever flirts with these girls because these girls look too scary. So I lean back. And I just kind of looked at them and I go, well, they finally let the hot girls in, didn't they? You know? And they started giggling. And I go, look at you guys, man. Seriously, you're going to make me forget my name. Here's my credit card. Just go get yourself something. Right? And so now they're laughing like they're at a Justin Bieber concert and they're 13 years old. You know? So we start having this interaction, and it's really cool. And I tell the one lady, I said, she was talking to me, and I said, I got to tell you the truth, man. I couldn't hear what you were saying because your eyes are so blue. I feel like you're going to hypnotize me. And all this stuff. Right? And she says, oh, you know, it's very sweet, right? Well, they go walking away, and it was this unexpected interaction. I said to the little kids, I said, who's your mommy? And they go, this lady. I said, you think it's cool she took you to the Comic-Con? They go, yeah. I go, it's cooler than you think, because in 10 years you're gonna go, my mom was so cool, she took me to this freaking crazy thing and she hung out with me all day, and that's amazing. My dad would not have done that, you know, and you're awesome that you got to do this, whatever. So they walk away. True story. Like 30 seconds later, I'm signing for somebody else, and one of these ladies, one of these biker-looking ladies comes running back to me. She goes, my friend's over there, she's bawling her eyes out. I said, what do you mean? She said, she's just crying really hard. Maybe you can come over. And I'm thinking, because sometimes I do say things that I totally should not say, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, and I'm like, and I'm thinking, maybe I said something, you know, that offended her or whatever. Maybe it was the $100 I took from her purse. I didn't know what it was. And that's not true, man. And so I walk over to her. She's crying. And I go, hey, listen, man. I said, I don't know if I said something that hurt your feelings. I said, I really didn't mean to if I did that. She goes, no. She goes, I was just telling my girlfriend, since she's sobbing. She goes, that I've been married for 18 years. She goes, and my husband has never said anything as nice to me as what you just said. Yeah. Now wait, no, wait. You're gonna dig it. It's cool, man. It's cool. It's got a great ending. So I'm thinking now, I got all these people in my line, and I wanted to go take her for a coffee or something and talk to her, and I couldn't. And I couldn't be like Dr. Phil and say, listen, we just need to sit down and have a conversation because there's, you know, I said, well, wow. I go, man, wow. I said, listen, I don't know your situation or anything like that, but I got to be honest with you, man. 18 years seems like an awfully long time to wait for somebody to be kind to you. You know, that seems like a long time. And she goes, yeah, I don't know what to do. She goes, it's bad, it's always been bad, but we have kids and I don't have any money, and I'm so afraid to leave him, and I don't know what I would do if I left him, and I'm terrified, and it's just, you know. And I said, listen. I said, I gotta get back there. Let me ask you a question. She said, yeah. And I said, have you ever been skydiving? And she goes, no. And I said, okay, let me tell you something about skydiving. Skydiving, your whole life you're taught to stay away from the edge. Don't go near the edge. You're gonna fall off the edge, you're gonna get hurt. When you go skydiving, you go 35,000 feet up in the air, and they open the side of the plane, and you gotta crawl over to the side of the plane and voluntarily jump out of this airplane. I said, and what's amazing is you're more scared than you ever thought you could be, and you're falling, and you're falling, and you're falling, and you're terrified, and then you start to fly. And I said, and see, the moral of that story is that sometimes you have to do what you're afraid to do before you can fly, right? And I said, so just think about that. And she's like, yeah, I really will. I said, okay. She goes, can I get a picture with you? I don't have any money. I said, yeah. So we take a picture, right? So I go back to my booth and I'm signing stuff. Well, like 9 months later, I'm working on that Minions movie. Did you guys see that Minions movie? And I'm working on that, and I get a break for lunch, and they go, hey Jess, it's lunch. I said, okay, cool. And this production assistant says, hey Jess, will you sign something for me? And I said, yeah, totally. And she takes out this picture, and it's me with that girl from Salt Lake City, with the mohawk. And I'm like, oh my God, I remember her. I talked to her. And I said, how's she doing? She goes, oh, she's doing really, really good, really. And I said, is this your friend? She goes, yeah, we're in the same support group. And we met in the same support group. I said, what support group is that? She said, it's for battered women, right? Because apparently her husband was in there, which is no excuse for that. And I go, wow. I said, yeah. And she told me that she had a bad relationship. I said, is she, things going any better? She goes, she's better than she's ever been. She left her husband. She's got a little apartment, and she's got a job, and she's taking care of the kids, and she's got a divorce, and he's gone, he's out of her life. And things are really, really changing for her. In fact, this is going to be her housewarming present. I'm going to have it for him. And I said, oh, that's awesome, man. I said, I talked to her. I had a conversation. And she started nodding. And I said, oh, she told you about it? She goes, check it out. And she showed me on her phone, this girl put a blog on her Facebook page, and it said, a stranger changed my life today, right? And it was all about the conversation we had. And she wrote it that day. And what I'm saying, see, look, you asked a great question, do I have a really good go-to story about a con? This is a great go-to story about a con, but it's also a really good go-to story about life. Because if you take the time to be nice to somebody and encourage them, you never know. This could be somebody who's like at the end of the road, man. And they don't have anywhere to go, and they don't know what they're gonna do. And by you taking the time to do something like that, you literally could really help somebody out, And I know I'm like the last person that you look at and expect to hear something like this, but nonetheless, it made me very happy. It was cool. But I love you guys, and thank you for the opportunity to meet those of you that I've met. If I haven't met you, come see me and we'll talk, all right? Oh, don't get me started. Dude, you lucky bastard, you lucky.